There's no doubt, though, that this announcement has been a shock. It's gone like a shockwave around the world. I remember stopping short as soon as I heard it at 6 o'clock yesterday evening. We're not much more than 14 hours on, and people are still digesting the news, because what we want from our monarchy is a sense of stability and a sense of permanence. Obviously, Queen Elizabeth II, one of the longest reigning monarch, and now Charles has ascended to the throne, and there's just that slight wobble, isn't there, in the air?
Totally. I mean, we can hardly blame him for getting ill, but we kind of look to our monarchs to go...
I want to make clear, I'm not doing that for one moment.
No, I know you're not. We kind of look to the monarch to be this permanent thing in our lives. And in the past, I think that's part of the reason why the Queen held back from being very detailed about when she was ill. I mean, we still have no idea, really, how many times she was seriously ill in her life, and her father the same. So what Charles has done in being a bit of a modern monarch is saying, look, I am going to be more open. I'm going to talk about what's wrong with me. There are now 2 different things that we've known about since his reign to raise awareness. But the downside of that is that we, the nation, sort of panic a little bit and think, oh, but you're supposed to be these sort of deities that stay firm and strong. But of course they're not. They're humans, and they're fallible like the rest of us, sadly.
Given that, Charlotte, what are the next few weeks going to look like? The King obviously will be receiving treatment. The Princess of Wales is still recuperating and recovering herself. So, presumably, a much more public presence and role for, well, Queen Camilla and William too.
Yeah, for Queen Camilla, it's going to be tricky because she's not that young. No offence, Queen Camilla, but she's working flat out at the moment. She's going to get exhausted, so she actually needs to look after herself and her husband. So I think it's pretty much down to William. William's going to be flat out. But again, he's supposed to be looking after his wife. It really goes to show how thinly spread the monarchy is at the moment. But we'll see a lot of William on Wednesday. He's got 2 engagements on Wednesday, one at, quite late at night. But it will be down to William. And, of course, Harry's flying over, but he's, of course, not allowed to do any public duties. But they might be thinking in a strange way, if only we could sort of get Harry to muck in, but that ship has obviously sailed many years ago. So, yeah, I think it'll be down to William to hold a lot of this up, and, of course, Edward as well.
I mean, Harry could help. Some kind of harmony
yeah.
or restored relations, presumably, would make some of this stress go away for everybody.
God, if life was simpler, or if it was perhaps a normal family, you say, look, while you're over from LA, would you mind just mucking in, cutting a few ribbons, getting involved? But we all know that's not how the monarchy works. And I actually think that William, say that did happen, playing devil's advocate, I think William would block that because tensions are still incredibly high.
He could help with looking after
for sure.
Catherine, or just like doing some of the child, a normal thing that you do in a normal family when something's gone wrong, and say, my brother's here just to help pick up some of the stuff. You know?
In a normal family. So Pippa, for example, Kate's sister Pippa has been helping out with the kids a little bit, and her mum Carol has been. And in a different era, in a happier era, Harry, I'm sure, would love to take out little Louis to the park or pick up the kids from school. And I just
painting this amazing domestic picture
Wouldn't
here.
Wouldn't it be nice? But that's how normal families, as you say, that is how normal families
some of that
operate.
is all happening. It's just Harry hasn't been part of it by choice, clearly.
Yeah, I mean, there could be some amazing reconciliation. Who knows? I think it's unlikely, and I think it's a real shame because that would be it would be handy for him. I mean, they need more hands to help out with the kids and the bedside. I'm sure he will actually go and help his father and sit by his bedside, or